Oh man, the Sharks got it done in the last minute. Just after it looked like the Griquas had won it. What's a game, man? Crazy, crazy stuff. Bit of a game of two halves. Griquas and Sharks from round 6 of Super Rugby Unlocked. I'll go over the key events, the stats. And yeah, as always, you guys can let me know your thoughts. The lead changed, if my count is correct, 7 times in this game. It looked like the Griquas had got it wrapped up a couple of times. But the Sharks, man. Goodness me. Interesting, like when I say a game with two halves, a lot of these tries, I mean, look at all the times. They're pretty much all second half. First half, I mean, the Griquas opened it with a penalty, made it 3-0. And they had a huge period of attacking play. And they'll be disappointed because the first try of the game was after the Griquas got like 7 phases in the Sharks 22. And then from turnover ball, the Sharks just counter. I think it's Bowley who gets the line break, and eventually Nohamba gets the ball. He goes down under the sticks and scores, so it's 7 points to 3. That's the first lead change. The Griquas kicked another penalty, I think it was from a maul, to bring it within a point. Their kicking game was really putting the Sharks under a heap of pressure. And maybe the Sharks, I feel like in that first half, were too keen on getting a bonus point win, rather than just, one of the coaches mentioned at halftime, we need to get the win first, and that was true. They kicked another penalty to the Griquas to make it 9 points to 7, so they're back in front. Folmink went off on 30 minutes, I think, with his shoulder, which is unfortunate, but Libok looked all right when he came on. The Sharks were turning down the threes in that first half, and it wasn't getting them any pay. They weren't able to convert. So halftime goes in with the Griquas 2 points in front, 9 points to 7. And like you look at the halftime stats, it's 194 to 96 in terms of the run meters. But the Griquas have put more kicks in play, 18 to 13. And turnovers won from the Griquas 7 to 2. So that's kind of the story of the first half. It was pretty tight stuff. Second half, the Sharks do decide to take the first penalty opportunity they get. Puts them back in front, 10 points to 9. Another lead change. But then there's a bit of a flurry of tries. Aronson gets the first one for the Griquas on 47 minutes. There was a good line break from the Griquas and a nice little offload. And offload seemed to be a bit of a treat in this game, actually. You should definitely go back and watch it if you haven't seen it, or at least the highlights. They get the conversion, so it's 16 points to 10. And then they double down. You think maybe it's a momentum shift going to happen for the Sharks, but note that man Keita, he gets one of the tries of the game, and I say one of the tries of the game because there's multiple nominations that you could have for this one. There's a big scrum from the Griquas. They get the ball out blindside, and Keita, he just kind of cuts back in. I don't know how many guys he beats, but it's a handful. And yeah, he goes over for a try. Really bad defense from the Sharks. 23 points to 10. 23-10, and you're thinking upset definitely on the cards here, because remember, apart from that Nohamba try, which was kind of on broken play, they haven't had that much, the Sharks, like, and been able to convert. 54 minutes, the Sharks go close, actually, and they rule that there's a try held up, so they go for a Sharks 5-meter scrum. Commentary team thought the Sharks might have actually taken it into... did they say... I forget the ruling because I have my kids running around at the same time. They thought it should have been a 22 dropout. So that would have been if the Sharks guy had taken it back over the goal line, but then the Griquas guy managed to get possession. I think that's what they thought, because two guys kind of had the ball on the ground at the same time. Either way, they went for the 5-meter scrum. And from that scrum, Libok's able to go over on the right wing. He's just kind of able to glide over through a gap. And it's 23 points to 17. Back to game on. But then, I wrote amazing try, but there was multiple in this game, as I mentioned. This one's from Kirian Vadamova. He gets a try. Smith, I think, has the line break, and it's from a Sharks line-out ball that just goes loose. The Griquas managed to snaffle it. There's some quick hands, a line break from the big old lock, and his offload is just, yeah, you couldn't see it coming. No way. No way he should have hands like that. And, yeah, Vandermerwe goes over. So it's 30 points to 17. 30 points to 17. And again, I'm thinking 20 minutes to go. Not looking too pretty for the Sharks. However, 2 tries in 2 minutes. First one from Jeremy Ward. And that was like some nice little steps from Kerwin Bosch. He gets the ball in a humber. Ward gets the ball, steps from himself. And over. Poor defense from the Griquas, you'd have to say. 30 points to 24. And then another try. Pretty much immediately. Richardson gets it. I think it was Buthelezi who had the offload that set that one up. As I mean about offload passes that were just paying dividends this week. Puts the Sharks back in front, 31 points to 30. Bosch tries to put it out beyond penalty striking distance for the Griquas with a 55-meter shot. He's got the distance but not the accuracy. And then that looks costly because like with a minute to go, the Griquas win a penalty. It's a kind of a tough but not impossible kick. Bit of angle, bit of distance. But it's over for the Griquas, 33 points to 31. But there's only like 10 seconds left on the clock. Fortunately, I don't know, man. For the Griquas, it's like if you take the kick, if you wait till the clock hits 80, you take the kick and you miss it, then you don't have a chance to win it. But if you take it before the 80 and you get it, then you give the Sharks the chance to come back, and that's what happens. Maybe he should have backed himself and just run the clock down a bit more. The Sharks go 5+ phases. They're in the Griquas half. They get advantage. Bosch goes for a droppy, but it's charged down, so they go back for the penalty, and he doesn't make a mistake. 34 points to 33. Bit of a get out of jail for the Sharks. They don't get their bonus point. They're lucky to get away with the victory, to be honest. Heck of a game. Crazy stuff. Run meters finished 245 to 337. Defenders beaten 20 by the Sharks, 14 by the Griquas. 5 clean breaks apiece. The Sharks tackling was 67 made, 14 missed. They won't be that happy with that, but the Griquas 76 made, 20 missed. Also won't be that happy. Keita had 108 run meters and 5 defenders beaten. Bowley had 58 run meters, 3 defenders beaten, and a clean break. It's not going to make a difference, I think, in the overall log. The Griquas will stay at the bottom, and the Bulls will stay at the top. But the Sharks got to win, so good on them for sticking with it. But it's not the manner they would have liked. Credit to the Griquas, man, for making it a heck of a game. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts on this one. Disappointed for the Griquas, happy for the Sharks. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.